Good morning, class. I'm just going to quickly run us through today's Do Now, which was a Desmos activity to help us understand best fit lines. So I'm going to give you a little some tips on this. Real quick, we're going to when to log on to the link above. You're going to then come up. It's just 3 slides. So what we're going to do is try to make a line that follows the trend of this scatter plot. And what you can see is that as the values on the x-axis are increasing, in general, the dots are also decreasing on the y-axis. So it's kind of coming down. It's going to be in line with a negative slope. And all we're trying to do is get a good sense of eyeballing what is the best fit line. And as we move this line, you can see down here, there is a meter that that tells you whether your line's a good fit or not. So, when I'm down here, this line doesn't really fit this set of dots because it's way far below it. And if I do this, it doesn't really fit because this is going up, whereas this is going down. So I want to find a line that comes pretty close to, as close as possible to this line. And so once you do that, it's going to show you that you're in the green. And you can see that this line is pretty close. Let's see if I can get it, to the best I can. There you go. So that's a really good line. That line, is all the way green. It has made the distance between these dots and this line as small as possible. So this line really fits the trend of this scatter plot. So you do that, then you can go in here and describe what you think about what it took to get your line into the green. Then you hit next. Then all you got to do is now we've got a different scatter plot. So this is a different set of data. And you can see the difference between these two, between this and this, is that it's still kind of going down. As the x gets bigger, the y is getting smaller. But it's not as strong of a relationship. So it's still kind of linear going down, but it's not as strong of a relationship. But I can still fit a line to make this trend. So what we're going to do again is you grab the two dots, zoom, zoom, and now the meter isn't there. So I'm trying to figure out what. And so if I would draw something like this is probably not going to be really good because that's all right. It's kind of in the same ballpark. It's in yellow, which means it's going in the same direction. But I want a green one. So I'm going to hit try again. And if I went like this, and I did try it, it's probably not going to be really that great because, look, these are going down and I made a flat line. And if I went up, it's also obviously going to be terrible because, I'm way far away from these dots down here. So what I want to do is create a line that is kind of in between all of that and kind of gets me in between all these. And what if I try this? Boom, we're in the green, right? So this line is a pretty close approximation of the relationship between this x variable and this y variable, whatever they happen to be. And so now it's green, so then you can go to next. And now you see some of our friends have already made challenges. Now what you do is you go to make my challenge, and then it says make a scatter plot with at least 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you go to next. And then you try to make a line that matches your relationship. So I'm going to do like this. So what? So you have to figure out where the line is for the scatter plot that you did. So one hint, don't make a scatter plot that's kind of all over the place like I did. Make one that follows a trend. That way it's easier to figure out a line. So submit the challenges. So now I've got a challenge here. And then something you could do is you could go to one of your classmates and see if you can find their trend line. And so I'll pick Kalicia's because that's a really interesting one. I said it's interesting because everybody else's is coming down and hers is actually a positive relationship. So it's a little bit different. So the line is probably something maybe like this, somewhere here, like this, maybe in between. Maybe a little closer. So I try it. No. And then try again. What if it's up a little bit? Does that help or does that make it worse? No, that makes it worse. So I'm going to try again. I'm going to try to bring the whole thing down closer to this line. Try it again. Oof, even worse. All right, try again. So you're going to keep trying. And if I do this, does that help? Boom, there you go. It's got to kind of get in between here, in between those to get us to that. And then you hit submit response. And then you're done. All right. And escape. So you can challenge other people's. All right. So if you have any questions, you go ahead and do that. Um, have any questions, you know where to find me. Have a great weekend.